Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you for joining me for this video. So today we're going to be talking all things adult braces. I have had my fixed braces on for almost 5 months. I cannot believe how quickly it has gone. I get lots of questions about them, like how I'm getting on with them, how much do they cost, how long are you wearing them for. I'll show you up close in a second. Because I have the white ceramic one on top, a lot of people ask about staining. Is there anything you can't eat with them? And lots of kind of just general questions. So I put out a question box on my Instagram stories for any other brace related questions, so that I could dedicate this whole video just to braces, answer all the questions, give you all the information and everything you need to know if you are thinking about getting braces. So just to give you a little intro into why and how I come about getting them done, I have always had pretty good teeth and I have been pretty happy with them. However, as I had got older, I had noticed they were moving more, and especially my front teeth, they had started to kind of bend inwards, and it was creating this shadow and it was making the front two look really dark. My canines were kind of sticking out a little bit, and I think if you just initially looked at me you wouldn't say, oh my gosh, she has awful teeth, and I didn't think that either. But I think if you looked up close, there was actually quite a few areas that did need changing. And also on the bottom, my teeth were really kind of crowded at the front and all crossing over. I should have really had braces when I was a child, but at the time that the dentist said that, I was also going through a few other things as a child, and I think my parents just felt a bit sorry for me basically and didn't want me to go through like too many things all at once, so we didn't do the braces. But you know what, I actually haven't hated wearing them at all. I'm actually enjoying wearing them because it's really satisfying that I know something is happening. So when I was introduced to 76 Harley Street, I went in for an initial consultation thinking, I don't need that many changes. I'm sure like a clear removable aligner, something like Invisalign, will be fine for me. And I met Lida, my orthodontist, who was just absolutely incredible. Like, I'd never met an orthodontist or a dentist like her before. I felt like when I'd always been to the dentist before, that I just didn't get the same feeling as I got when I met her. She just got me. The way she spoke about it, and I just really love her and just love the way she explained it. And she just said honestly that if for my teeth there was actually kind of more changes needed than perhaps what you might think, and we can go down the clear aligner route, but that could take up to kind of 2 years, other than if we do it this way we're looking at kind of like 9 to 12 months. So I was of course a little bit shocked, not shocked, just a bit like, okay, let's do it. My teeth, they're not going to get any better. I'm here now, let's just do it. And she showed me clear ceramic ones on like a little dummy mouth thing, and I thought, oh my gosh, actually, like, that's really not that bad. So I'm just going to come up close and show you what I've got on my teeth. So on the top I have got fixed ceramic braces, and on the bottom I got the standard kind of metal silver brace. So how it works, I'm gonna get even closer up to you. How it works is, sorry for the major close up, I've had mine on for almost 5 months now and I really have noticed so many changes already. But on the tooth is a bracket that is glued onto the tooth. So as I said, it's a bracket that is stuck onto the tooth, and then there is like an elastic band that goes around the bracket that holds the wire in the place. I'm actually just going to insert the clip here of me having the braces fitted, just so you can see how they're put on. I was absolutely shocked that it only took them about half an hour to put them on. I thought I was going to be in there for hours. Later on in the video, I'll get onto kind of the staining element that you can have with a ceramic, and that isn't the bracket that's stuck on your tooth. It's the elastic band that goes around it that can discolor slightly sometimes. I'll get onto that in a bit. But yeah, these are my braces. I just feel really happy with them because when I'm talking, you can't really see my bottom teeth, and the white ceramic top is like really subtle and not overly noticeable. Okay, so that is the why, the when, and the how. So I'm going to get on to more of the details and your questions that you sent in. So I've gathered all of the questions and I've put them into a list on my phone. But to be honest, most of the questions, a lot of the questions are very similar, and they all kind of came down to like about 8 questions. Which is quite good because you all want to know the same thing, and I can tell you now. So I'm having all of my treatment done at 76 Harley Street, which I just love so much. Every time I go, I really look forward to it. I love being there. When I've gone to dentist before, I have dreaded going to the dentist. It's just not an enjoyable appointment, is it? But honestly, when I go there, I really enjoy it. The people who work there are so lovely and so friendly. It's such a nice atmosphere. They have really kindly given me a really generous discount if you are looking for any orthodontic treatment. So just stay tuned and I'll give you all of the details later about that. So a massive question, so many questions, was the cost. How much did it cost? So I've got the breakdown of the cost here. It really varies on what you're going to have done, but just to give you a rough idea of costings, if you were going to have a fixed upper and bottom metal, so like the silver top and bottom, it'd be from around 3,900. For what I have got, which is ceramic top, metal bottom, you are looking at around £4,500. And if you're looking for upper and lower ceramic, so clear top and clear bottom, it's around £4,900. Let me just quickly explain why I didn't have upper and lower ceramic, and that is because, as I said, my bottom teeth were really crowded. They were really quite crossed over, and the metal brace is the strongest one. You're going to get the quickest results with the metal brace. Lida, my orthodontist, said what I have got is really popular and so many people do it this way. So I'm so happy with how I've done it. Also at Harley Street, they do offer the removable clear aligners like Invisalign. They offer 2 different brands. I've got them here, called Transalign and Invisalign. So Transalign is from £2,700 and Invisalign is £4,500. And I have been told on good knowledge that Transalign, which is almost £2,000 cheaper, is just as good, if not better, than Invisalign. If you are thinking about it, I would highly recommend booking in for a consultation. And in the consultation, it's 1 hour. You get a specialist assessment. They will, you'll have radiographs, x-rays, a 3D digital scan. So you don't have to do that, like, you don't have to bite into that gooey stuff. None of that anymore. It's all like 3D. So it's really in-depth and detailed. They do x-rays and scans so they can really see what is going on kind of in the root of your tooth, to see what treatment is going to be best for you. And then the specialist can advise you what is going to be the best course of treatment for you, because everyone's teeth are so different. So once you have had your initial consultation, if you decide to go ahead with any orthodontic treatment, 76 Harley Street have really kindly given me a 20% off discount code. So if you quote Laura20, that will give you 20% off your orthodontic treatment. Obviously, orthodontic treatment is expensive. It's an investment in yourself. You are going to have perfectly straight teeth for the rest of your life. And I know teeth can be some people can be not so confident with their teeth. You might not smile with your teeth out in photos because you're a little bit kind of, you know, you don't feel 100% confident with your teeth. And I just think life is too short not to smile. So 20% off is a massive chunk if you are thinking about it. And with 76 Harley Street, they have got the best orthodontists. All of their equipment is like top of the range. It's just such a lovely experience to go to. if you are thinking about it, Laura20 will get you 20% off after your initial consultation. Let's get back to the questions. I digressed a little bit there. So that is the cost of them. Okay, lots of questions about, do they hurt? Are they painful? Okay, so there's two different types of pain. I have kind of had a little bit, but nothing extreme. When they were first fitted, of course, they're going to be sore. They just felt for about, I'd say 4 or 5 days, and they felt very tender, and like when I was biting into things, they just felt very sore and tender, just because where they've started to be moved. But that really only lasted 5 days maximum. And then the only other type of pain that I have had is sometimes you can just get a bit of rubbing on the inside of your mouth from the brackets, but they give you some like wax that you can mold, and you just like smush over the bracket that just kind of smooths the area so it stops rubbing. But I've only had like a couple of occasions of that, and after 1 day of putting the brace wax on, has completely gone away. So I really haven't experienced much pain at all, which is amazing. I thought I was going to be like in agony with them, but not at all. Okay, next question is, how often do you have them tightened? So I go back every 4 weeks, and every 4 weeks when I go in, Lida takes off all of the bands that I told you about that are around the bracket, and the wire comes off as well. Then she can see what's going on with the teeth, and then she'll put a new wire on, and sometimes the wire gets thicker through the treatment, so it's stronger. So now I'm actually, I think she said I'm on the thickest wire now, so I'm on kind of like the heavy duty wire now. And so every month the brackets stay on your teeth, but every month the bands and the wire get changed. And as I said earlier, with any staining on the ceramic braces, it's the band around the bracket that can discolor or stain. Only if you're drinking like excessive tea, coffee, any curries. So it's those kind of things that can stain them. Red wine as well. Oh my gosh, I don't drink red wine anyway, but apparently they stain them really bad. But Lida said to me, if you want to have red wine or a curry or anything that's going to stain them, just have it the night before your appointment, because when I go into them, she changes the bands anyway. So I get new clear bands every month. So if I want to have a curry, which I did last month, I waited until the day before my appointment. I ate it. My bands did stain a bit from the curry. And then the next day, she put new ones on for me, and it was all good again. So just to touch on the staining, they do advise you to drink tea, coffee, Coca-Cola, things like that through a straw. Now for the first month I did do that, and then I got lazy and didn't do that, and I probably have 2 cups of tea a day and maybe 1 coffee a day, so I probably have 3 caffeine drinks, and then I always have a can of Coke Zero a day. Like my thing, I just love Coke Zero. And now I do not use a straw because I'm lazy, but I haven't noticed anything drastic from doing that. Obviously they are a little bit discolored by the end of the month. That's just normal eating and drinking anyway. So yeah, I haven't been drinking through a straw, and I haven't noticed major discolourment. The only major discolourment I had was the chicken korma curry that I had, and I think it's the cumin spices. It's the spice that really stains. Okay, next question. Why did you have a fixed brace rather than Invisalign? So I touched on this briefly earlier, but actually once Lida had seen my teeth, she said it would just be so much quicker to have fixed braces. I see a lot of people online having Invisalign, and then when their treatment's finished, they always have to have a few more trays. I see this really frequently because things haven't moved as quickly or moved as much. So I was kind of told that it'd be a lot quicker this way, so that is why. And also a couple of years ago I did try a removable aligner. You take it out to eat, and then I would forget to put it back in. If you're going to go down that route, you just really have to be very strict on yourself to make sure as soon as you've eaten you put it back in. And you can only drink water with them in, so I was taking them out all the time, and I wasn't wearing them for the 22 hours a day I was supposed to be wearing them for. So for me, I just thought they're on my teeth, I can't take them off, and they're going to work a lot harder and faster. And for me, I just felt like that was the way I wanted to go. Next, next, is there anything you can't eat? So there's kind of two sides to this. There's kind of the staining side of it, which I have already touched on, and then the other side of it is things that could pull the bracket off your tooth. So like Lida mentioned about really crusty bread or toffee, really like sticky, hard, chewy things. So I have had a crusty roll, just sort of break it up, but it is a bit harder to eat something like that. And then the other things are like toffees. I went to eat a curly whirly the other day and I thought, oh, I just don't want to risk it because the toffee is so sticky, like it's just not good for your teeth anyway, but that could like pull one of the brackets off. So there's really not too much that you have to avoid, just super chewy, sticky sweets, things like toffees, and then like really kind of hard, crusty, crunchy bread as well. Sorry, just had to do a quick memory card change there. So on to the next question. A lot of people were asking, am I conscious of them? Do I feel awkward with them? Am I embarrassed? And no, I'm not actually. Obviously there have been times where I have been a bit sort of like, oh, a bit conscious of them, but I'm not embarrassed or I don't feel awkward about it. White ones on the top, I really feel like they are quite subtle. So I think if you were just having a conversation with a stranger, perhaps like from this far away, they wouldn't even perhaps notice. And I think without realizing, on this video I'm talking very much like I feel like I am really expressive and showing my teeth because I want to show you the braces, but I think kind of subconsciously, I think when I talk to people, perhaps not that I'm talking to many strangers nowadays anyway, but when I do talk to people who I don't know very well, I think I am a bit more conscious of not opening my mouth as much, or can you see like what I'm doing? Like I'm just not opening my mouth as much and I'm not showing my teeth. So if you was a stranger, you probably wouldn't even look at my mouth. But normally I am quite an expressive person, not embarrassed of them, and I don't feel awkward about them. I think they're just slightly small subconscious things I've been doing. But a lot of the time when I've been going out, I've been wearing a mask anyway, so no one's seeing them. So for me, I feel like this has been a great time to have it done. A few people said that they really wanted to have it done, but they felt too old. I mean, I don't think that there's no age limit to it. If you are thinking about it, the sooner you have it done, the longer you've got to enjoy your nice straight teeth. I'm 30 this year. I don't think it does matter. I don't think there's any age limit to it. If you're unhappy with your teeth and you would like to change them, it's never too late. That's just my thoughts. I really don't think it's ever too late. If you are worried about that, then have the top clear ones like me, because they are a lot more subtle. A lot of people say to me, I didn't even notice them, and how on videos and things people often comment how subtle they are. So yeah, I think for us in our head it's always such a big thing, but if you're just going to be talking to someone, they're not going to think, oh my god, they've got braces, how awful. No one's going to think that. They might just think, oh, they've got braces. Oh, like it's not a big deal. So that's how I feel. Yeah, it hasn't knocked my confidence wearing them. I'm enjoying, as I said, I'm wearing them. It's like satisfying knowing something's happening. Okay, and then I think that's everything. Because the question at the bottom was, how often do you have them tightened, which I've already answered. So I think that those questions kind of covered everything. There's lots of questions, but they all sort of come down to like the same thing. So I think that's everything. So just to reiterate on prices and the discount, the prices that I told you, they are from that amount, and it does slightly depend on what you need doing. As I said, everybody is different, so when you go for an initial consultation, they will be able to tell you the cost, and then you can use the 20% off on that cost. This is all based at having it done at 76 Harley Street. The initial consultation is £195, but as I said, it's an hour. You get a detailed report, you have all of the scans, and then they can just completely have a look. You can have a chat and you can decide there and then what course of treatment is going to be best for you, and then they can give you a price for it. So I think that is everything. I really hope that has answered all the questions. If there is anything that I haven't answered, please just leave it below and I'll get back to you. I really do hope this video was helpful, useful, and if you've been thinking about it or you had questions about it, I hope this has answered all of your questions. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you don't already, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!